world of gouache painting. Color is far more than just laying down pigment. It's a strategic arrangement of composition, rhythm, and spatial depth. Have you already mastered basic color theory, but still find something lacking when working with complex compositions? That's exactly when it's time to upgrade your coloring techniques. This course will take you beyond painting single elements and dive into the color logic of multi-element compositions. How do you establish color hierarchy between characters and backgrounds, objects, and environments? How do you break free from the amateurish, even coloring approach to create dynamic, eye-catching color structures? And how do you achieve unity with variety, rhythm within change in complex scenes? Establishing a dominant color tone, creating a unified atmosphere in complex compositions. The first step is to determine a dominant color tone, e.g., cool, blue, warm gray, that sets the emotional tone of the entire painting. This dominant tone should occupy 60 to 70% of the canvas used in backgrounds, key subjects, or the ambient environment. Establishing the dominant tone is the first line of defense against a chaotic, unfocused image. Organizing color hierarchies, defining focal points, and supporting roles. Use a three-tiered color system. Main color dominant atmosphere plus accent color supporting elements plus highlight color emotional enhancement. Main subjects should be emphasized with higher saturation or brightness, while background and secondary elements should be desaturated or unified in temperature to visually recede. The focal point should always have stronger color saturation and more distinct warm-cool contrast than other areas. Cool-warm zoning and transitions, building spatial logic. Assign different temperature biases to the foreground, middle ground, and background to create a sense of spatial depth. For example, warm foreground, neutral middle ground, cool background when the light source is clear. Use warm light plus cool shadow or cool light plus warm shadow to enhance three-dimensionality. Introduce buffer zones between warm and cool elements using neutral tones, e.g., gray blues, gray browns, to avoid visual disconnection, breaking flatness. Using color pops to enhance rhythm. If all objects are evenly colored, the image can feel flat and lifeless. Add small, contrasting color pops in supporting areas to boost rhythm. For example, warm orange, deep red, or indigo in a predominantly cool painting. These pops should be limited to 5 to 10% of the canvas and placed where the eye is naturally drawn, such as near facial features or the edges between objects. Establishing color dialogue, creating relationships between elements. Color should not act in isolation. The tones of primary and secondary elements should share similarities in brightness, saturation, or hue, or be linked by gradual transitions. Using neutral tones, e.g., gray violet, gray blue, gray brown as bridges is an effective way to transition between high contrast blocks in multi-element compositions. More color doesn't mean better instead. Strive for clear hierarchy, temperature zoning, and rhythmic interplay. A well-organized painting should, at first glance, reveal the main subject, convey emotion, and offer subtle rhythm and layering in the details. Structural, warm, cool, building rhythm and depth. The structure of your painting determines the warm, cool layout. A foundational principle is cool recedes, warm advances, which helps create natural, spatial pull. Example. Use cool gray blues in the background to push it back, and warm browns, ochres, and reds in the foreground to shape, form, and bring it forward. You can also apply warm light and cool shadow, or vice versa, on the same object. For instance, a ceramic pot in the sunset might be lit warmly on one side and shaded with cool purples on the other, creating contrast and unified color tension. Transitional, warm, cool, softening harsh boundaries. Beginners often divide warm and cool colors too sharply, leading to a disjointed image. Advanced technique emphasizes the presence of transitional zones. Use neutral colors, gray blues, gray browns, gray greens to create smooth bridges between warm and cool areas. Example, inserting gray violet or middle gray between cool blue and warm orange softens the transition. Apply wet and wet blending or soft edge techniques to create gentle color mixing at the boundaries, enhancing overall harmony. Emotive, warm, cool, guiding the viewer's mood. High-level temperature contrasts are not just technical, they are emotional tools. Be mindful of the rhythm of contrast, strength. Avoid making the entire canvas equally intense. There should be a balance of strong and soft, focal and supporting areas to create compelling visual tension.